everybody. The crafting continues here at Homemade. We are making so many amazing things this week. And with you today, I appreciate you tuning in for the long haul today. We are now making this so cute Christmas tree garland. We have Amanda in the shop to thank for this cute craft, using up some leftover batting, some buttons, and some Christmas fabrics. Isn't this just the sweetest? You could put it along your fireplace mantle. You can make it different, like two-sided. She's got two sides here, and I'm going to show you how to make it. And we've got a free template for the trees for you that you can download from homemade.ca. We'll put a link in the comments here. Where are you tuning in from this hour? We love that so many of you have been here hour after hour making things with us today. It's been really fun. This hour, we're making that Christmas tree garland, and one of you is going to be very lucky because I am sewing on the 9450, the Janome 9450. This is a beautiful machine. I'll let you take a look at it. It's our floor model. It's barely been touched, and we are making room downstairs. And so some lucky person, I only have one, but if you are looking for a machine upgrade, something that has all the bells and whistles, this is your machine. Take a look at all of this throat space. We got 11 inches of throat space here. Beautiful for quilting, beautiful for crafting. Comes with the HP foot, comes with AccuFeed. We're gonna use the AccuFeed. I've got it on the machine right now in this craft. So yeah, the Janome 9450 floor model, this machine's regular $54.99. And because we're taking 10% off our machines for Black Friday, you can get it for $35.99. So that's a huge savings. So if you're looking for an upgrade, I've got one, this one only, and it can be yours. We'll put a link for it in the comments, or you can reach out at info@homemade.ca and ask if the machine's still around. But I've only got the one. And lots of you are taking advantage of all of the amazing sales. Janome's got a ton of sales on right now on machines. We've got sales on. So if you're thinking, okay, this is probably the deal of Black Friday, this machine right here, because it's the floor model, basically brand new. We've barely used it. I am going to use it during the Christmas tree garland craft, but trust me, I'll take good care of your machine for you, no problem. This machine also has some cool little extras, like if lighting is an issue for you, it has this extra light that pulls out. Look at how bright the space is. It's almost too bright for the cameras. It makes the rest of the place look a little darker. It's got that extra lighting built right in. It also has the little cheater glasses for your machine, the AccuView. So when you're threading the needle or using that automatic needle threader and you really need to get a look up close of what you're doing, it's got the AccuView that you can just flip out of the way when you don't need it. So there's a little spiel on the machine. We need to choose some fabric for our cute garland. And I love using, I mean, Christmas fabrics, you guys, like they're the greatest. And you can only really use them right now. So now's the time. Actually, we've got 25% off all of our Christmas fabrics. So I'm going to showcase this one collection for you because I'm going to pull my fabrics from this collection from Moda. It's called Holidays at Home by Deb Strain. And look at these pine cones. It's just like tone on tone, little sprigs of pine cones. Here you can see it in the actual colorway, the green and brown. And then of course it matches up. I mean, isn't this just so cute? I love it so much. I love this, not necessarily for a quilt, although I'd love this as the backing of a quilt, because I wouldn't want to cut this up for a quilt, but I love it as a Christmas tree skirt or a whole cloth quilt, or something that you're going to fussy cut, because I just love those houses so much. And then of course you pair it up with something a little more traditional, and they've got also those houses in both the green. And I love it when Christmas fabric is in non-traditional colors, like how homegrown is the black. And then of course you can pair it with the gingham. Doesn't that just look so cute? You know, I love that we could do the garland out of the black trees and put the black houses on the back. Or it wouldn't even have to be trees. It could be little houses, you name it. But isn't that just such a sweet collection? I'm going to pull my fabrics for the garland from this collection. And if you like it, just you can look on homemade.ca for holidays at home. That's what this fabric collection is. And we've got bundles of it. We can do yardage for you. I'm going to use like I said, that tone-on-tone pine cones. I've cut some off already on both sides. I've got both the green one and the light one, and I think it's just going to look so cute. So we've also got this free template for you. We'll put a link in the comments and on homemade.ca if you want to get a look at it. But essentially, all you'll have to do is download the file and cut out the tree template. And that way you've got something nice and easy to follow when you are making your trees. And I like this project and projects like this is because, you know, we've got these sewing machines and it doesn't matter how fancy it is. And we think a lot about quilting and, you know, different things. And, you know, you can bang off something like this. Well, I'm going to do it in 1 hour. We're going to be done this in 1 hour. So yeah, this doesn't have to be a whole huge affair like, oh, I guess I could have it ready by next Christmas. No, you can do this afternoon or some time on the weekend, or once you get your fabric bundle in the mail, and you can have it up and out and all Christmas. So I'm just starting with a strip, like a quarter, like I've got a 1/4 yard strip here, and I've got some scraps here. This is a great way to use up all those extra ends of batting. And they don't even have to be the right size. Like we can literally Franken batting this together. So if we wanted to just lay the batting down, it really doesn't matter if it doesn't meet in the middle. It's going to be fine for this purpose. So this is a great way to use up your scraps of batting, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to layer up one side and then the other. I'll put my template to the side for now. And I'll start with, maybe I'll put the green on the bottom. That way you can see when I draw on the tree. And whatever size fabric you have, like that's what to use. Don't worry about doing a whole lot of subcutting and stuff like that. Just get a little quilt sandwich made. That's what you really want, is a quilt sandwich. Use whatever batting you've got left over. And don't even bother stitching the batting together. If it overlays, it's totally fine. You're not going to notice the little humps in, I mean, do your best to lay it flat, but I wouldn't go making tons of extra work. Save that for your nice big quilts. So as long as we've got a quilt sandwich together, I'm good. All right. And then I'm going to put this here. Don't even need to go up that far. So I'm going to just cut this, just rough cut it. Let this hang over a little more. And I'm going to, you have a choice here. You could quilt this in straight lines, which would be really pretty cute. Or you can leave it. The one that Amanda did here, she's quilted it together, but only with the Christmas tree lines. So that makes it nice and easy to do. But you could take it a step further if you wanted. You could go ahead and quilt this. You could quilt it into like a check pattern, straight lines. You could meander, practice your free motion quilting, and then turn it into the little trees. But what I'm going to do is just go ahead and trace some trees right onto, I just got a pencil. I'm not even using a fabric pen here. Let's make sure I can actually see it. Yeah, I can see it. If you have a fabric pen, you could use it here. I am completely out of fabric pens, even in the shop. And I don't love using friction pens because the ink reappears if the fabric gets cold, which I kind of think is bogus. The kids always loved that. They used to use that as their magic trick. And they would run and put it in the freezer and then it would come back. All right, so there's one tree. I could use chalk too on the other side, but of course I didn't bring it up. And if you want to save a little bit of space, you can just flip your next tree. And I think for time's sake, I need to use something other than this dull pencil. So hold on, bear with me. I'm going to find some chalk or something better than this pencil. There's got to be something in all of these drawers. Maybe not. Aha. Phew. You know, you have a fabric store that has all the things, and you still are using the Bic pencil from the kids' school bags. All right, I got my chalk wheel now. That's easier. And try to be as accurate as you can be when you're drawing on the tree, because this is what you're going to stitch on. And leave a little bit of space between your trees because you need to cut them out. And I'm going to use the pinking shears. That's what gives it that cute, like homespun look, right? Is like that we use the pinking shears on the edges. It serves double duty. It also is not unraveling, but it also looks really cute, those jaggedy cuts. So you have a choice. You can sew directly on this line, or you can cut on this line, depending on how large you want your trees to be. And I'll do one more here. I love these chalk wheels. And so I'm going to actually cut on this line, and I'm going to sew just inside the line. And I'm going to just grab the box of accessories that comes with the 9450. So I'm using AccuFeed, and you can see it comes, I've got the AccuFeed foot on the machine already. And I'm going to use AccuFeed because I'm sewing this quilt sandwich. But in order to use AccuFeed, I'm going to just activate it in the machine. So to do that, you just press this little button here that has like the little triangles. It looks like and then it says, please make sure proper presser foot's attached. Okay, got it, it's on there. And now all of the stitches that are available in AccuFeed are here. And so if I press on the little t-shirt, you'll see the zipper, the seaming. And if we turn the page and all of these subcategories, patchwork, quilting, I'm going to press on quilting and do straight stitch. That just goes ahead and automatically chooses a stitch length for me that's great for quilting, and it adjusts the tension. Like everything is ready for you to go when you choose that in these menus. So honestly, this machine, you're going to love it. It's lovely. It's got all kinds of amazing features, including that extra lighting that we talked about at the beginning. If you're just tuning in, we're making a little tree garland, and I'm showcasing the floor model that we have of the Janome 9450. Somebody is going to get this machine today for Black Friday. I'm selling the one and only floor model that we have, and because we're taking another 10% off, it's regular close to $5,500, and you can get it for $35. So yeah, that's a great deal. So you can click the link in the comments, or you can email us. Whoever's first gets it. That's all we can do. So I'm going to go ahead and get sewing here. I'm going to sew just about 1/4 inch on the interior of the tree. And you've got automatic needle down with this machine. And I'm going to slow the speed down just to get started. And presser foot up. And I'm going to be doing a lot of pivoting here, because as we make our way around the edge of the tree, and you'll notice that all I have to do is press the start button or start sewing with the foot pedal, and it automatically comes down. Oh, I just broke my thread here. All right, I need to change my bobbin. Of course, always with the bobbins, you know. Okay, this I believe is Deco Bob, and because, yeah, we can use it, it's fine. I was gonna say maybe we should have a thread that we'll be able to see a little thicker, but it's gonna be fine. All right, little snips. Come on, bobbin thread. Up we go. So you'll notice with AccuFeed, when you use it, it's pulling the fabric from on top and on bottom. It gives you that whole extra set of feed dogs. And the automatic presser foot lift is great, especially when you're doing all of this pivoting. When you want those nice sharp corners, if you leave your needle down and lift your presser foot up, like that, the needle's automatically staying down with this machine. And it automatically starts sewing, or automatically puts the presser foot back down as soon as I start sewing, which is lovely. All right, we're coming up to the point in the tree. So that nice sharp point, up and down we come. Still got lots of throat space here. If anyone watching has this machine, let me know what you think. It's definitely a Janome bestseller for sure. we go. And so if you're deciding to make this at home, download the template. That way you've got a tree you can trace out. You don't have to go searching. And then post a picture of what you make in the homemade group. Okay, so I've got one tree, so cute. Now, can you see that? Now, see, I use that Deco Bob, so it's so thin. I'm going to go ahead and cut it out. Probably if I was doing this just one by one, I would sew them all first. But since you guys are watching and would like to see a finished outcome, I'll just go ahead and cut it like this because you'll just continue to do the same for all of the trees. And now I'm just going to cut off that chalk line. Using the pinking shears. And it's like we don't use pinking shears like you see it on the edges of fabric and stuff like that, or you use it on the inside of clothing, but it's so cute, especially for crafts. Looks very homemade with the pinking shears. Yes, I love the pinking shears too. This is why you want to make sure you leave room in between your trees. Because you got to cut them out. You don't want to be stepping over the other tree. And if you need to, like I'm just going to cut up this one since I know I have space. Just make it a little easier to work with. What a good use of leftover batting. It's hard to use those tiny little batting pieces sometimes. Okay. Make sure everything is looking nice and even. It's cute. So essentially what you do next to achieve the garland is you can pretty well guess that we're going to put it together on some ribbon with some buttons. And if you have, some nice buttons and they all match, save it for a coat. It's fine to use mismatched buttons in a place like this. I've got some red ribbon and everybody's got some sort of button bin. And oh, those stars are so cute. But again, these are all matching. So I could use it on that, or I could just go ahead and have it look nice and crafty and use up some of these miscellaneous buttons that will also look just as good. Now, because these are the tops of trees, the stars would look very cute. But you know what? You could color just a white button, yellow if you have an alcohol marker, or if you have some acrylic paint, you could color them all yellow. If you have a yellow button, that's even better, right? So I'm going to try to pull any yellow buttons I have so that it just automatically looks like stars. And I don't care if they're big, small, whatever, as long as they're yellow, I think it's going to look cute. That way it kind of looks like it's the star on top of the tree. Oh, gosh, I have an odd amount of yellow buttons, considering I think I have never had anything once that had yellow buttons. It's random, the things we collect over the years, isn't it? Okay. With this machine and many of the higher end Janome machines, they come with this foot. And this is the T foot, and it is how you sew on buttons. And it's a very handy little foot. Now, where is the shank for this machine? You might have to bear with me while I go and find it, because I think it's on another machine. Hang on one second. I'll let you guys look at the Christmas tree garland, or maybe I'll talk about the 24-hour crafting event we've got going on right now. You can take a look. We've got Black Friday deals all week while I grab the shank. Okay, we've got 50% off machine cleaning, 20% off long arming. So if you're wanting to get those quilts done before Christmas, we can help you out. 25% off all Christmas fabric. And again, 10% off all machines. Plus, Janome's got some awesome machine sales. So come on in and check us out. Or you can visit us at homemade.ca. Okay, I just ran down to the shop to get the other foot, since I had AccuFeed on here. And so I'm just going to attach the regular shank or ankle, this part, take off the 1/4-inch foot, and I'm going to add on that little button foot. And it's one of the few machine feet that have 2 bars, one here and one here. And it hooks on the back, and then it clips down onto the front. So see how it kind of hooked on the back there, right? Like that. And then when I lower the presser foot, it snaps right on. And it doesn't look like much of a foot. It's not very hardy, but it's kind of got a rubber end here. And then on the machine, I'm going to exit out of AccuFeed mode so that all my stitches are now available. And let's go over to where the buttons are. So if I turn the page here, we get some of our decorative stitches, and now we're into the buttonholes. And stitch number 12 right here, it looks like a little circle with the 2 buttons. That's going to sew on your button. And I'm going to give you a couple tips for how to sew on your button. So if which one should I choose here? Like fairly big? Or I guess it doesn't really matter. They're all going to, when I get it all made, they're all going to go on there. But that one looks cute. Okay, so if I'm sewing it right on the ribbon too, this is the other thing you want to keep in mind. Get a length of ribbon that's as long as you want your garland to be and as many trees as you have. And then give yourself a little bit of extra ribbon at the end, because you might need to tie it around a post or, you know, make a bow or something like that. So don't start sewing your tree right at the end. Give yourself a little bit. And then decide what's going to be your back and your front. So I'm going to go ahead and sew it on just like this, or you could put the ribbon in front and sew it that way, but I think it looks more authentic like this. And I'm just going to bring all of that underneath the presser foot. But before I do, I need to lower the feed dogs, because when you're sewing on a button, you don't want the machine pulling anything through. You want it to just zigzag back and forth. So lower the feed dogs, and then I'm going to strategically place the button right underneath the presser foot, and just do your best and lower the foot. And now with the hand wheel, kind of get yourself lined up and kind of move the button over until that first buttonhole, the needle can go down in it. And then hand wheel again. And if the needle goes back and forth and it doesn't hit the button, you're in luck. You can press start, and it is a little scary, I will say. It's a little like, is it going to hit? And it just sews that button on for you. Not only does it sew it on, but it locks it into place. I'll show you one more time. See? And then it goes down, 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 down. That's locking into place. And we can use the scissors. And voila, we've got it sewn on there. It couldn't be easier to sew a button on using your machine. It's so fast, and honestly, you'll never hand sew another button on again when you get the hang of, and there's really not much to get the hang of. Just so long as the foot goes down, you're good to make sure it goes into both sides and it's nice and secure. I tend to do it twice, just to be sure. But the machine also comes with a lift. And if you're doing buttons on clothing, then you can set, there's two heights. You can set this down underneath the foot. And when you're putting your button and everything down, it just gives like a little more space. And then that way, if you need your button to set out a little further from your jacket or from whatever it is that you're putting on, like maybe it has a really thick fabric, then that's what this is for. And it comes with a lot of machines that have the button foot and so many automatic buttonhole foots. That's what that's for. So there you have it. We learn a little something. Did you know that? Let me know if you knew that. If your machine came with that and you always wondered what that thing was. So I'm going to go ahead and just keep cutting out the rest of those trees until I finish my whole second Christmas tree garland here. And if you pop into the shop, you'll be able to see them because we are displaying these all around the cache, around the cache desk. They look so cute. So yeah, I hope you've been inspired this hour to use up some extra bits of batting, some of those leftover buttons, and some cute, cute Christmas fabric. We don't always have time to make a whole quilt, but we certainly could have the quilty spirit and decorate the mantle or the railing or something like that at home with a cute little garland. So we put a link to the Christmas tree template in the comments, and I hope you've had fun. Remember, if you're into the 9450, we've got one floor model, can be yours. We put the link in the comments also. And I hope you have been having a fabulous crafty day with us. There's lots more to come, so stay with us.